Hi, welcome to my presentation that I've put together. My name is Carlos Ortiz, and I'll be your teacher. On a professional level, a little something about me. I'm from Fresno, and during my junior year of college, I took a trip to Louisiana, where I worked for Chevron on some offshore platforms. They liked me a lot, but I wanted to stay closer to California. So instead, I was working in the city of El Segundo, where we have a Chevron refinery. And a lot of times I would spend my hours either doing cubicle work at the top of the Pacific Towers building, or riding my bike throughout the refinery. Anyways, when I was working there, there's a really strong emphasis on safety. So that's something that I'm actually going to start encouraging to you guys as well. You might pick up a little something as we go throughout the class. And it's something in addition to my mechanical engineering background, I also have a licensed professional mechanical engineering license. So anyways, here's a little bit something about my interests. I like to eat spicy food. I like things at work, like those pens in the Batman movie. I like to do activities, baseball, basketball, riding my bike. Sometimes I try to ride a skateboard, but I'm still trying to figure that one out. Video games are fun. I like to play them because, it's a really exciting thing. Sometimes you get a little competitive, and it helps me to think a little bit better as well. The things I think about are going to be how I can be a good person, like having these virtues of temperance, wisdom, courage, justice, things that I try to balance as I try to put a book together for my kids and what it means to be a good person. So here's Carter. He's 5 now. Here's my oldest son, Christopher. And this is a picture of my daughter, Kara. And if you look in the details for this picture, you'll see that I was acting as an assistant coach for her basketball team, so she was awfully proud. Besides looking after my kids, I try to think about how I can serve, society in general. So, I think a lot about maybe I can go out to space and maybe even take a trip to Mars, because those are some really exciting things that we can do as engineers. If you pay attention to the physics class, you can do the same sort of thing as well. Archimedes was a ancient mechanical engineer like me, who lived about 2,200 years ago. And, just by thinking about, how do things work, you might be able to see things in a different perspective, and it'll open your eyes to, to some illusions. Other things that I would like to be able to do was to, maybe work on the International Space Station or explore Mars if I could. Because it's a really exciting time to be around. Some people think that we shouldn't be sending signals to Mars, that it would be too dangerous, like it was written in this Arecibo message. Maybe the aliens might be dangerous and they'd attack us. But I think that if we can treat each other with respect, if we're right to each other, we're meeting our own needs, then we're going to solve all of our problems. And any civilization that we come across, the aliens, they're going to see us, how we're treating each other, and they're going to think that we're pretty awesome. So I think the future's pretty bright for us. And if they don't, well, that's just how it goes, and we can keep looking for other alien intelligent life forms. Anyways, the classroom goals are going to be to discover science for yourself. Sometimes it can be a little bit eye-opening or jarring to have your misconceptions disturbed, but once you really see how things work, it's actually quite refreshing, and you're definitely going to get your mind blown a couple times in my class. So anyways, to wrap up some things you might expect from this class, you're going to be able to identify all of these different types of hazards that might exist in your workplace or when you're doing things at home, and you can gauge the severity of these hazards and find ways to mitigate them or even reduce the hazards to your advantage. And if you do so, then these things are no longer going to be threats to you, but something that you can take advantage of